Welcome to Mishna, study Masachet Ketubot Perek Dal Mishnah Gimal. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to discuss a convert converted with her daughter. But before we get into that, there's a general rule when someone gets married, right? And the Torah speaks about this in Sefer Devarim, by the concept of Motzi Shemra. A person got married to a woman, and then he makes a virginity claim against his wife. She wasn't. I didn't find her to be a virgin. That's what he says. Now it's either true or not true. If it's not true, right, and he was motzi shemra, he lied about her, then he needs to pay the father of of his bride 100 shekel kesef as a fine. Right, that's what the Torah says. וענשו אותו 100 כסף ונתנו לאבי הנערה כי הוציא שמרה על בתולת ישראל. Now, let's say it is true. He did make the claim, and she did sleep around when she was engaged to him. Then, they take her to the father, the home, right, to the entranceway to her dad's home. Uskalua, they stone her. Right? Who stones her? And she'ira ba'avanim v'meta ki aseta nevada be'Yisrael is not bet avia. Right? So she's stoned, she gets sekila. This is specific to, again, a Jewish woman, a Jewish girl, right? As the pasuk said, "Israel is not betabia." So over here, we're going to discuss now. What if that's the Torah, right? That's Sefer Devarim. Now, what if this girl, right, who got who got married, and the husband's making a virginity claim against her, he wasn't always Israel. She converted. Or let's say her mom converted, right? So Hagiyoret Shintgaya Bita Ima. You had a convert, and her daughter also got converted together. They went through the process together. She was already born, the kid was already born, and they went through the process together. Vizanta, and she ended up sleeping around. She doesn't get sekila like the Torah said over here, because that's specifically to a Yisrael woman. Israel, girl who was engaged. But because this woman was not born a Israelite, then she gets chenek. Right? She's going to get strangulation, right? Not sekila. Right? Because of the pasuk that says ki aseta nevela beIsrael, and she wasn't part of Israel. En la petach bet av velo me'asela. Right? She also, you don't have to take her out to the father's home to kill her, and she doesn't get the 100. The husband doesn't have to pay the fine of 100 shekeli. Let's say she was conceived, right, when her mom was still a goya, but by the time she was born, her mom already converted. Okay, so harezo b'skila. Over here, she would get skila. Right? Over here we learn from the pasuk, because the pasuk was repetitive and it said vameta, right? It says, it already said you were going to kill her. Right? You took uskalua and sheira bavanim vameta. You stone her and she dies. So because of the extra redundant language, over here we learn that she gets a sekila, right? Even though she wasn't conceived when her mom was already a Jew. But she doesn't have she doesn't have to be, she's not taken out to be stoned by her father's home, and there's no fine of 100 shekalim, 100 silaim. Let's say she was conceived and she was born biktusha, as when her mom was already Israelite. She's considered a daughter of Israel for all intents and purposes. Yesh la'av, right? That's it, period. Now, the next case is yesh la'av in la petach betav. Let's say she has a dad, but her dad doesn't have a home. I don't know, he doesn't have a home. Where are you going to stone her? Or yesh la petach betav in la'av. Let's say the dad had a home, but he passed away. He's not around anymore. Harezo b'skila, right? She still gets skila. Lo ne'emar petach bet avia ela mitzvah. The only reason it was said petach bet avia was to mitzvah. It's a commandment to do so. If you are stoning her, you should do so by petach bet avia, at the home, at her dad's home. But if that doesn't exist, it doesn't mean that she scooted around the punishment of skila. We still get skila, but we just don't do so by her father's home.